Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It is Sunday afternoon, a bit before 3 p.m. and Nicole and I are having a cuppa. There you go. It's alright. Okay, so I haven't done training video for about 5 days now. So these videos that I'm trying to do are training based. So I haven't really done any training for the last sort of 4 days. Yesterday it was Saturday, obviously being Sunday today. Did some weights around the house while we're doing jobs, which was really good. Haven't done that for a really long time. If you go back a couple of videos, just this time last week, um, I want to get back into some more resistance training and get back into just more of a mixed sort of training bag at the moment. So kind of not dropping a lot of the endurance stuff, but just want to try and make enough time for some resistance training, just for a bit of enjoyment. Christmas is coming up. Nick and I always like to feel our best when it comes into summer. Weights always make you look really good, always make you feel really good, feel really strong. So if I can get, 4, 5, how many weeks is it until Christmas? 6 weeks? 6 weeks worth of resistance training is like we could get a good bit of change in the body and the way that we look before Christmas, before we go to the beach and do all those things. What's that word when you're um, worried about how you look? Yeah, or it's a bit vain. Might sound a bit vain, but I think everyone wants to look good when you have, your swimmers on and all that sort of stuff. Don't you reckon, Nick? Hmm? She's saying yes. So weights at the moment. It is a beautiful day outside. It's like 38 degrees here in North Richmond. So Sunday afternoon before I head to work or do my coaching tonight, we've already done some today, but set up programs and all that sort of stuff for all the clients for the week ahead. We're going to go for a little motorbike ride with Hamish. We're going to have a swim at Nick's parents' house, which is, I think it's like 8 kilometers away. So I'm going to run there. So I'm really enjoying. Am I too loud? I'm really enjoying my commute runs at the moment. So if you've been following on with the videos, I've been doing a lot more commute running, commute bike riding to places that I've got to go to, right? Whether that's work, whether that's, I don't know, anywhere that I've got to go to. I'm trying to come up with an excuse to try and do more commute running because, well, not only do I have to make time to get to that destination anyway, it's just good for extra volume. And now that I want to go to the gym and do a little bit of weights or even some weights that we have here at, like all the training that we can do here at home, just by having the commute running or commute bike riding will cater for the aerobic conditioning that I need to do while I put a little bit more attention into my resistance training. So today's going to be a run. That's what's going to be happening. 8 kilometers is what I'm going to do. I've already done some weights today, a little bit, and I'm not feeling too bad after yesterday's weights training that I did. If you go back to that video with Hamish and I where we did a resistance training session, and it was literally no longer than 15 minutes, right? I think I was sore for about 4 days. Oh no, Nick, I just could not move my arms, and I think I did like 30 push-ups, 30 bench presses and a few chin-ups, and that was about it, and I was sore. But it won't take long to get over that. So considering that I've done a lot of resistance training in the past, give it a couple of weeks and I'll be able to kind of do it every second day, and every second day will turn into every day, but I've just got to allow my body to kind of come back into it and get used to it. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to get into that 8 kilometer run within probably the next 10 to 15 minutes. Nick will then, once the kids get up from their sleep, which is what they're doing right now, I'll meet Nick over there with the kids and the motorbike for Hamish, and then come home and it'll be go time for work. Doesn't that look nice down there? Our area, our home down in Redbank. down there, I'm on my way to Nick's parents' house, which is only about 7k away, which is a nice little jog for a Sunday afternoon. Tell you what, between you and I would rather be where I normally am, in the bush up there somewhere. But you take what you can get. So this is my version of a weekend commute run. Like I said, lately I'm really trying to get just some more incidental activity in, and commute training is, just look at that. Hang on a second. Look at that view. Don't you just love that? I get off on stuff like that. Alright, just like I said, yeah, been trying to add in a fair bit of commute training just to, well, I'm in maintenance phase or progressive building phase, and I haven't got any immediate events coming up. It's just a good way for me to keep my volume nice and high. And then my training, you know, my intent, like I said, going over and trying to get some extra resistance training in. So overall, feeling pretty good. It's been a lovely weekend. We have just been doing, I would probably almost call it like a spring clean, I guess. I guess you could call it that. We just spent all weekend kind of doing things around the house, doing the yards and whatnot. Don't you just love those sorts of weekends? And you start your week like just super duper organized. Like that is a good sensation to have, I reckon. You know, you begin your week and you got your food prepped, you got your schedules all booked in, you know what's going on, and your house is all organized and clean. I don't reckon there's much better ways to get yourself fit and healthy than staying organized, that's for sure. Yesterday, on Saturday, I had 2 phone calls with 2 completely new clients, and I had 1 phone call with a client that is coming back. But these 2 new clients that I had a phone call with yesterday on Saturday about wanting to start coaching because they would like to lose a bit of weight. They're really struggling. When I take on a new client, I really try to assess where they are, because there's actually only a certain type of person or situation that I'm useful for. And this is sort of going beyond the training aspect of things, you know, training in the gym or training outside, but I'm more talking about like the weight loss side of things. There's actually a certain type of person that I'm best suited to work with. And that person, and these 2 clients that or these 2 prospects that I will be starting to work with as of tomorrow, they fit my category really well. But unfortunately, I have many clients or many people, you know, reach out for coaching and things, and they don't always fit my category of client. And now, as much as I would like to help them, a lot of the time I can't if they don't fit the right category. I guess you're wondering probably right now, like, what is the right category? And look, I guess there's a few different ones, but in essence, you've got to be already trying, and that's when I'm useful. If you're already kind of being relatively resourceful with yourself, you know, maybe you tried a diet, or maybe you tried multiple diets, maybe you've lost weight and regained it. I help people who have already tried, not someone who is probably morbidly obese, who has been sitting on a couch, you know, for most of their life, and, you know, they want to start getting active. I'm not the coach for them. I'm not the trainer for them, because I just can't work with that sort of person, because their personality, to be honest, is too soft for my personality. And anyone that knows me, I'm probably a little bit too hard on that person. So the type of person I help is, they're already trying, you know, they're going to the gym a few times a week, or maybe they're running to try and lose some weight. They're picked and choosed all these different diets to get the weight loss to happen, and they just can't seem to make it work. And I feel very sorry for them, because that was a place that I was in for a very, very long time, even while I was in the fitness industry. So I get that. Now I feel probably closer to that client and more able to actually help, because, you know, what do you do when you're already tried everything? What do you do when you're already giving it your 100%? You're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Am I broken? That's what you start to think. You know, you get to start to think that maybe there's something wrong with you as to why you can't lose weight, or, you know, why you aren't as motivated as, you know, say somebody else. And really, it actually doesn't come down to any of those things. It's actually two things. There's more, but two things would be, they need to be held accountable. That's where I come in. And the second, which is where also I come in, is they're actually just doing the wrong stuff. They're putting their energy in the wrong avenues. Weight loss and training could be one of them. A lot of people attempt to get their weight loss through all their training, and, you know, that can, training, exercise, working out can exacerbate your eating issues, not make them better. So, not to suggest training is no good, but it can actually make it more problematic. So, had this call with these two clients, and they just fit perfectly with, you know, like what I was just describing there. They're already doing everything that they can, or everything that they think that they know that they can. And it's so exciting, because this is where I can come in and I can remove all the bullshit that we all get told about diets and what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating and all that sort of stuff. And we can just go, right, you don't need to do what everyone else does. You can figure out what you need to do for your own body and make it very personal, make it very individual, because that's what nutrition is all about. Is it needs to be tailored. It needs to be for that person, because every person likes different food. Every person had a different upbringing. So, you know, you can't just put every client on any old diet, a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet or a high protein diet or a, you know, keto diet or a low carb diet. Like, that doesn't always work for everyone. And that's where the tailorship comes in. And that's where most of these sorts of clients do struggle, because they're trying all these different diets that realistically don't work for them, for their body. Sometimes you can get lucky, but sometimes you don't. So super duper pumped to be working with these two new clients, because it's going to be a whirlwind for them. I love working with new clients, especially when they're already trying as much as they are. You know, it's amazing. Sometimes the effort that they're applying before we start together is more effort than I even ask of them. So, and I know I get told this all the time from my clients, is that I have pretty high expectations, and I think that's a good thing. You do not want a coach. I've had this argument with so many clients, and actual arguments, not just, you know, I'm not just saying this for the camera, but I've had legit arguments with clients that you do not want a coach or a trainer. This is my deepest opinion, who sets the bar low. So you want a coach that's going to set the bar high. You want high expectations. You don't want low expectations. So yeah, you work with someone like myself, like, I'm going to expect more of you. I'm going to expect you to do certain things that maybe you aren't doing. But that is the whole entire idea of it, is that you're here, you want to be over here. Well, we gotta close that gap, and there's usually a whole lot of actions that are required to close that gap, and some of those actions aren't pretty to do. They're not fun sometimes, they're hard. If it was easy, we'd already be all there, right? So, yeah, that's funny. I remember I had this blow up at a gym many years ago. I would have been like 20, and yeah, she just lost it because I was too hard on her. Maybe I was. Maybe I just didn't fit that client. But the way that I see it is that you want to have a trainer, you want to get a coach, they need to always have higher expectations for you than you do for you, because, well, how do you grow? Like, if you meet expectations, well, then you clap hands, shake hands, and it's a done business, but that's no good. Growth happens out of being uncomfortable. There's no way about it, no other way around it. And by having a trainer or a coach is that they create those little opportunities for you to test yourself. And yeah, reality is you're gonna win some of them and you're gonna fail. I fail all the time. Put myself in scenarios where I have a choice to succeed, or a chance to succeed, however you want to look at it, and a chance to fail, but that's where you get a lot of growth. Anyway, this is a bit of a spiel about these 2 exciting new clients that we've got starting this week. I am only 3k in, so I think it's going to be a little bit shorter than 7k for some reason, which is a bit of a bummer. It's probably one thing that scares me a little bit about running. Maybe not in the daytime, but I do these sorts of runs at night time as well. You know, you see the gates like that already open. You just never know if there's going to be a dog come out and be like, oh, what are you doing around my property? Hasn't happened yet, but definitely goes through my mind. Probably about every run. All right, so overall, I'm pumped up for the week ahead. Guys, I hope you are ready for another big week. Get planned, get organized, get training. If you need a hand, there's probably a long way about going about this, but if you're struggling, hit me up. If you're ready to roll, fuck, let's hook in. Let's get you losing that weight. Let's get you fitting into those clothes that you want to fit into for Christmas. It's around the corner, 6 weeks. What are you gonna make of it?